Yes, I got a list of 7 order types here you're going to want to avoid if you're driving for Uber Eats. And yes, this is different for the most part than DoorDash and Grubhub. So if you're driving on Uber Eats, this is the must know. Or if you're considering driving, and let's just say you do DoorDash, for instance, this is a great comparison. Number one, that I don't know if it's a hot take. Let me know down below in the comments, but I feel like this changes your earnings so much that I really wouldn't take any orders without this. This is the surge pay, the per delivery bonus. Because with these platforms, it doesn't matter if it's any of those platforms on food delivery. It's the base pay from the company. It's promotions, in this case, surge pay, a per delivery bonus. There's scheduled boost plus pay. There's that as well. There's other kind of bonuses. And then there's tips here. So if you just rely on base pay from the company and tips from the customer, you're going to get orders like this. This one without surge, this one without surge. Your shift is going to look like this basically every time. So if you can only do what, 2 to 4 orders, 2 to 3 orders or so per hour, if they're all like $5, so at best it's like $20 an hour, and my goal for you is 25 plus, that you really need that surge pay, some kind of bonus pay on really any of these platforms, but especially on Uber Eats. Number 2, I'd avoid basically all consecutive streak bonuses unless I have a few scenarios for you. So Uber Eats, they do this on Uber as well, rideshare, but consecutive streak bonus. So take like 3 in a row without declining the requests that come in, and then you'll get a bonus. Do not either initially accept or continue through a streak bonus, number 1, if it alters your strategy fundamentally at all. That's the dollars to mile ratio. How much am I getting paid for the miles driven? That is positioning, and that is a dollars to time ratio. How much am I getting paid and how much time is it really going to take? Another case of avoiding consecutive streak bonuses is if that third offer in that sequence or that second offer out of 3, let's say, is exceptionally low pay. Because let's say after I do 3, I get an extra like $6. So plus $2 per delivery. So if the math doesn't make sense, like you're accepting a $1 per mile, but it's like super far away, the position is also bad, like mathematically, after you do that streak, is it really worth it? And again, that other scenario I kind of inferred was the poor positioning. So don't just accept these streaks if it's going to take you like 20, 30 minutes away, because great, you got the $6 bonus plus $2, but then you're 20 plus minutes out of your usual busy zone. Number 3, I firmly believe in this one, and I feel like most all Uber Eats and Uber drivers are going to feel the same way. Let me know down below, but I feel like you should ignore most every trip radar request. Those are the offers that Uber sends to multiple drivers or couriers at the same time. And since they've introduced it, I don't know how many years ago, I've accepted 5 or less, because again, all of those metrics, dollars a mile, etc., they just never make sense. They seem to be less desirable orders. So don't take them. You don't have to feel pressured to click on match to try to get it, because like the first person that clicks on it usually gets it. There's some other stuff that goes into it, but don't feel pressured just to take trip radar. Wait for a regular request. Number 4, I know some people like this, but I don't like it. It's shop and deliver. Specifically, okay, not all, but specifically shops of really over 15 items. Compile that if it's like a Walmart or a Target. It just takes time. Every item that's added to that shop list, it's going to take time. I don't care how well you know the parking, how well you know the store layout. You shop there every week. Like, I get it, but still, every item is going to be time. That's just how it is. So if you can do shops though of ideally like 10 or less, really 7 or less items, and all the other metrics make sense, because keep in mind, if the parking is tough or like whatever, it's going to take more time to do that, then you got to go into the store, then you got to check out. All of that, again, it takes time. That's why I'm not a fan of grocery shopping apps. or a lot of shopping gigs in general. Hey, if the math makes sense, but I'm telling you, ones that are just going to take too much time, avoid it. Number 5, let me go over some of these staples that do apply to other platforms. So before I do that, can you drop a like on this video? Consider subscribing. All I do here is help you make money in different side hustles. Check out yourdrivermike.com right now, by the way, half off for Black Friday on all of our products and courses to, again, help you in most any side hustle. So these are the fast food drive-through onlys, the late nights that the lobby's not open. It's going to be the drive-through. It's going to take usually it'd be, 4 minutes. Now it's going to take 15, 30 minutes waiting with everyone because everyone is filed through the drive-thru. The problem spots like fast food places, Wendy's, McDonald's, I can think of, Taco Bell, and even when those, I'm saying lobbies are open, if it's a problem spot, every time you go there, it's one thing or another. Now, we don't have this one here in Pittsburgh, really, but again, when I was in San Diego, the next scenario was the center of mall, aka food courts pickups. So at the Westfield in San Diego, I had to go in there. I had to park in the big garage. I had to walk into this mall and walking 4 minutes, and that all eats up time. Then 4 minutes back, go through the food courts. Hopefully there's not a wait. Then there's even more time there. Come back, right? It just takes more time versus boom, pull into the Red Lobster, whatever it is, pull into the plaza. So those center of mall orders, just consider that. Okay, number 6, back to Uber Eats specific options. So let's circle back to positioning here, literally where you're positioned in your map. Remember, Uber Eats is one big market. DoorDash breaks down your entire active market into sub marketplaces and you drive in there. So since DoorDash breaks your market into sub markets, they give you offers in that sub market. You're not going to get something based on their restaurant and delivery radiuses that necessarily are going to take you super far away. So help me out here. I don't know if Uber Eats just has bigger radiuses, like the distance that a customer can order from a given restaurant, but not even that. I just thought about this. This is probably what it is, that you can daisy chain further and further away. And if you're not paying attention, you kind of wake up and you're 30 minutes outside of your busy zone. I'm saying you accept something and it pulls you 6 minutes away. You're okay. And then the next one goes a little bit more east or whatever, further, another 4 minutes away, right? So if you're not paying attention, again, this all works together. To the positioning, again, you'll find yourself way out of the zone. Number 7, I'm just going to say this. I haven't talked about this a lot. I don't know why you do this, but you know what? You probably do this just because you don't know. And these companies send you emails like, hey, look at this new program. You should maybe qualify for this. And that's accepting orders just to get a higher status on Uber Pro. Because there's different benefits to each tier, but in my opinion, they're not even worth it. I mean, what? Diamond or Platinum or whatever it is, they give you access to trip durations on rideshare. I mean, I don't have that, but I can see trip durations basically when I get rideshare requests here in Pittsburgh. So again, maybe that varies by market, but it's an 85% acceptance rate. And DoorDash has similar programs where you have to hit the new Dasher Rewards program, the previous Top Dasher. These have acceptance rate requirements. The percent of times you accept a prospective request. Do not just accept whatever to boost that acceptance rate to qualify for these programs. I mean, if you do that, you're going to really have to do the math of, okay, I'll lose out on whatever it is. I'll make $12, $13 an hour for a week or so as I boost it up. Is it going to be worth it mathematically to get, let's say, access to the higher paying orders on DoorDash, the second tier of priority access, or Uber Eats, whatever it is? You better be certain. Okay, I can only do so much. I'm one person here in Pittsburgh. I'm helping you, again, make money in different side hustles. You better be certain that the math makes sense. And that's just Uber Eats. We haven't even talked about Grubhub specific orders to avoid, but at least I can highlight orders to avoid on DoorDash. So make sure to watch that video next.